WBMNation.com.
Local Outbreak, sponsored by Central NH Events here on 100.1 The Planet. We are back for another edition this week. And by the way, Central NH Events, if you need a DJ for your event or shindig, which is the operative term here on Local Outbreak, go to centralnhevents.com. Tim Martin does a phenomenal job, centralnhevents.com. And we're here at The Planet this week for Local Outbreak with Rahel. And how do you say it? What's the correct way to say it?
I say Rahel. It's a soft kind of sound, like you're spitting there.
Yeah, I can't seem to make that sound. So forgive me.
It's actually a Hebrew for Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I kind of thought that was the case, but I wasn't sure. So welcome to the show this week. You brought some tunes with you, and I know it's going to be a good interview because we had a great conversation off air. We talked about all kinds of interesting things. So now we just have to. Did you memorize any of that? Because we got to repeat it all verbatim.
That's great. I'll pretend we didn't talk before.
There you go. Well, perfect. So we'll chat a bit in a moment, but why don't we? You brought some tunes with you.
I did,
and you've recorded a lot of material over the years, right?
Actually, I surprised myself. I was going through them, and I've got at least 10 CDs that are available for sale right now. Yeah,
no kidding.
So half of them are kids' CDs for kids in English, Hebrew, and Spanish, and the rest are sort of folk and world music.
Very cool. Okay. What do you want to play to start the show tonight?
Oh boy, let's think of something. Let's try Hey Love, okay. I Am. It's from the first CD that was my first debut solo CD called Time Passes By. Okay. And it seems to be the one that a lot of people like. It's very upbeat. Okay. And it's just, the gist of it is that, hey, I actually, I'm okay. I'm here. I'm good. Things are good. It's a positive kind of thing going on there.
All right, very cool. What's the title again?
Hey Love, I Am.
Hey Love, I Am. Okay, so this is Hey Love, I Am from Rahel here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Hey love,
Outbreak, sponsored by Central NH Events at centralnhevents.com. Here on 100.1 The Planet, Matt from IPMNation.com is in here with Rahel, or please go ahead and say your name.
Rahel.
Yes, because I can't get the H. I just can't do it. But thank you.
Can you say Bach?
No, I can't do any of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
You know what else? I also can't trill my R's, which was a problem during Spanish class in high school.
Right.
I was expected to be able to do that, and I can't.
Yarriba.
Yeah, see, I can't. I cannot do that. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just not good at talking.
You sound pretty good to me.
Well, thank you. It's the microphone. So you said you have 10 albums of material?
I think there's at least 10. Yeah.
I think that's a record for this show.
Oh, really?
I think it sounds like you're the most prolific artist we've had.
Well, I make the Guinness.
Yes, you do. So now you play a variety of styles of music, correct?
Very much so. Yes.
Okay. So what are some of the different? You kind of referred to it before, but some of the different styles of music that you do.
Well, as far as genres go, I play my original songs sort of touch on all the different genres. I have a little bit of blues, folk, contemporary, some jazz, bossa styles, country. You know, it pretty much runs the gamut. I don't do rap.
No?
But no, I'm not too good at that.
For that.
I know. I wish I did. I did have someone rap over a song of mine once.
Oh, no kidding. Cool.
Yeah, but too bad. I should have recorded it. It was pretty good.
Oh, you didn't record? Oh, see.
Yeah, but rap and hip-hop I don't do. But I can do some funk.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Hey Love that you just heard was sort of on a funky beat. So there's, as far as genres, I'm pretty much touching on a pretty wide range, as well as children's music and also therapeutic, meditative, sort of soothing music.
Yeah.
So just about cover everything.
Wow.
Yeah. Instrumental, leaning towards classical, but not exactly classical.
Do you play multiple instruments?
My main instrument is guitar.
Yeah.
But I do play a little bit of banjo.
Wow.
I'm known to play one or two songs on the mandolin, and play the spoons.
No kidding.
Yeah. An auto harp, a dulcimer. But, there's I would say that's sort of, they're not my main instruments. I can dabble a bit on them and get a couple of songs out on them, but they're not my main instrument. My main instrument is guitar.
I haven't met many banjo players. Is it extremely difficult? Like if you're already proficient on guitar, to pick up a banjo, I mean, is it like a whole different world? Because it kind of looks like it might be, but
left hand is not.
Yeah.
Well, there's different kinds of banjos.
Yeah.
There's a 4-string, which is a tenor banjo. It's pretty much strummed, sort of Dixieland style or whatever, or played melodies like Irish music. But I play a 5-string, and 5-string you can either play it bluegrass style, which is sort of like finger picking.
Yeah.
Comparable maybe to guitar finger picking.
Okay.
Or claw hammer, old-timey style, which is the style that I play is claw hammer, which is you play with the back of your nail, and the 5th string is shorter, and it's always sort of coming back at you, which gives it that unique sound. So It doesn't take a lot. Actually, I learned with a friend, and we learned from the Pete Seeger book, which which was pretty much self-taught and just by hearing. But it takes a little while to sort of pick up that technique. The right hand, you just need a little work on it a little bit. But
no kidding. Huh.
Yeah, but it's a nice talent. It's a nice sort of instrument to have around and play. It's got a great sound, and you can do some nice things with it.
Now, on your recorded work, is a lot of it just you, or do you have other musicians that you work with? Or
each one has different musicians,
okay.
And some of them are solely acoustic with acoustic musicians. Some of them are a little bit more, with a drum set and bass and things like that. But yeah, they're produced differently with different friends playing on them. I have some really good musicians. When I lived in Israel, I had a great selection of musicians, and they all came and they participated and added on. You'll hear some of the musicians on one of the cuts that we'll play.
Okay.
And around here I've managed to find some really good musicians. Michael Robertson, Bruce Berger, who's living in Israel right now, who's also known as Rebbe Soul. Played with Jason Paul, my bass player, Frank Rudolph, Doc. He's known as Doc, a great fiddle player. And Andre Dumont. They're part of this metal band in Boston. So,
Andre Dumont, that's a very familiar name.
Sorry, not Andre Dumont, and Andre Dumont. Yeah, wait a minute. I'm going blank. Sorry, Andre, if you're listening.
I've heard of someone named Andre Dumont.
He's a drummer.
What's the band that they're in?
I can't say it. Mortuous
Ortis?
Yeah, Mortuous Ortis.
I know Andre very well. I've probably interviewed Mortuous Ortis like 5 times.
Oh, so you know Jason and Andre and
Jason Skulls and
there you go, Andre? Jason Skulls. They're on my my album too, which is awesome. Still trying to be put together, but they're the band. So
very cool. See, they probably have told me about you at some point.
Oh, really?
Because I've interviewed those guys so many times. Oh yeah,
they're great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're great. So they're doing metal down in Boston now.
Yeah,
and they have a couple of different bands going on. But So I mean, a person like me is kind of funny because I could probably be their mother, but we had a great time playing together, and they're good musicians. So
they are.
It was nice to have my recording engineer was kind of amused, that here I was, this sort of like traditional folk kind of grandma, or whatever, playing with these metal guys. But but hey, a musician's a musician, and I like to make music, and I like to put together whatever comes of it. I consider my songs and my compositions as sort of a skeleton, as a framework, and we build on it, and it becomes whatever the musicians are there. They create it into what it eventually becomes.
Yeah,
which is why I love the recording process so much.
So then for you, for a lot of this material, is it the case where you write something and then it kind of, what you end up with in the studio isn't necessarily what you had in mind at the beginning, but it kind of evolves into something else?
Oftentimes. In the studio. I love the studio process. If I had the money to be in the studio all the time, I would be. Yeah. Because it does evolve as you play, and you can put layers on, you can do harmonies. I love doing harmonies with myself, and the other extra instruments can just add layers and layers and layers, and you create this beautiful sound in the end, this beautiful production.
Yeah.
Which is great. That's why I love working with other musicians, because also each one comes with their unique style, whatever they have to contribute, and it's the creative process that I really like. And so I do, like I said, I have sort of a framework. I have the basic skeleton of the song, and it can develop in a lot of different ways. Yeah,
it's cool that you're able to be open to that, because for a lot of musicians, it's a matter of, okay, this is, especially if it's a band like a rock band, okay, this is what we're going for, and we have to go into the studio and make it sound exactly like it sounds at rehearsal, or exactly like what we play live, but you're able to just kind of allow it to evolve. And I mean, that must be exciting. I mean, that's the most exciting thing about making music for me is, and playing with different musicians, is that it becomes something new each time. I'm the kind of person, one of my mottos is, variety is the spice of life. And if things aren't sort of changing, and I'm a person who loves change. Yeah. A lot of people don't. A lot of people like to do the same thing over and over. But sure. I like to have something different every time. And so if I can put together something with different musicians, the same song, but with different musicians, and it becomes something new, that excites me very much. Yeah. That's very cool. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I get the impression, I mean, did you start playing when you were very young? Were you a kid when you first picked up a guitar? Or? Yeah, actually I was 14 when I picked up the guitar, but I had been, my mother taught me piano first. I think I was probably 6 or 7, and then I went on to Laundry School of Music as a child, so I learned a little bit of piano and solfege, and I played the flute in school. But it was really, at age 14, I picked up the guitar, and I've been playing the guitar since age 14. Yeah. And,
I'm not supposed to say how old I am, but it's at least 40 years.
I was curious because I've noticed a pattern where almost everyone I talk to who plays multiple instruments and is proficient at multiple things usually started like younger than 9 or 10 years old. They started like really, really young. So that's that. I'm not surprised that you what did you say, 6 or 7 when you started on piano?
I think so. My mother, taught us at home, and if my memory serves me, I was probably 6, 7, 8, something like that. I'm guessing. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was something like that.
Yeah.
The piano didn't really stick with me because I had a hard time coordinating the two hands and reading the two, the treble and bass clef.
Yeah.
And I became a treble clef person in the end, with recorder and sort of treble clef instruments. But I wish I did play the piano.
Yeah.
Boy, the piano is like awesome. It's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously it provided a good foundation for you, though. Starting out with it.
I mean, I can improvise a little bit on the piano, which I was having a good time doing recently. I was, playing at a nursing home, and they let me play the piano while they ate, and it was good practice for me, and I enjoyed just improv. I'd sort of take the framework of a song, but because I couldn't coordinate my hands, so I ended up improvising. Which I think is the only instrument I can really improvise on is the piano because I can't really play it.
Right. Well, yeah, the improvising works. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, you brought a bunch of music. Why don't we play the? What do you want to play next for a track?
Well, since I was mentioning about the kids' songs, there's a song here called Here Kitty.
Okay.
Apparently in New Zealand it was a big hit. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Hey, that means they're international.
That's right.
Yes.
So it's called Here Kitty. I'm not actually singing on it.
Okay.
It's a collaboration with a friend of mine named Betsy Rosenberg.
Okay. Who
wrote the lyric and I wrote the music. But you'll hear, I mentioned there were some really great, we were talking about the musicians, and some of the musicians there are playing from Israel. Dave Perkins and some other people who were playing on this. It's sort of a jazz, mellow kind of jazz thing, and it's a counting song.
Okay.
How many times can you say "Here, Kitty"? So try and count how many times that comes around, and people really liked it. So
for our audience, it might be a good drinking game.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Ready for St. Patty's Day or whatever.
Right. It's coming fast. All right, cool. So this is "Hey Kitty" from Rahel here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
kitty, 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 kitty.
Meow. 100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Local Outbreak, sponsored by Central NH Events here on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with, go ahead and say it.
Rahel.
Rahel. That's as close as I can. As close as I
can.
That was good.
Get it. You're getting better every time.
Really? Thank you. I wasn't even trying. I think you're just saying that to be nice, but that's all right. I appreciate it. So you mentioned something earlier. So you lived in Israel for a while?
I did. I actually had my adult life there, much of my adult life there. I went there in 1976 for a visit, a 3-month visit, and ended up staying there for 22 years.
Wow.
I got married, had kids, and got divorced.
Okay, so I never expected to ask a guest this question, but what is the music scene like in Israel?
Oh, you would be flabbergasted. You would not believe the music scene there. It is so out of this world.
Really?
Yeah. It's. I was actually part of what we called the Anglo folk community.
Yeah.
Anybody who spoke English are called Anglo-Saxons. We were the Anglos. And back in '76... there were a few folk clubs, and a lot of us would gather and go to all the folk clubs, very much like here, a regular folk club, like an open mic. Everyone got 15 minutes to play.
Yeah. And
we had a lot of fun. And one of them, up in the northern Israel, was put together by a kibbutz, a few people on a kibbutz, which is a communal development, communal whatever place.
Yeah.
And it's now become a major international folk festival.
Wow.
Where we've had even Tom Paxton was up there, and some Irish groups, and a lot of people coming out there to play now. And it's a desired, people are wanting to play there now. And it happens now twice a year. It's happening actually, I think they just had it this weekend, and it happens again in May or in summer. And that's the folk scene. But because Israel is sort of like a multicultural melting pot of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Then the music that you have has become sort of, you've got very unique world music, Yemenite, Arabic, Moroccan, Romanian, whatever it is, whatever country, Indian, it's all there. But then what's happened, because everybody lives together, like sort of like they say about New York or LA,
sure.
The music has become a fusion of all of those styles, and it's just awesome. I mean, there's everything. I couldn't even describe it to you. It's just an amazing musical center, world center. If you really if you're really interested in music, in any types of music, it's there. Jazz, folk, blues, it's everything. It's the rhythms of the world are there.
Huh. Wow.
It's just amazing.
Do they care about American music there, or do they just so much have their own cool kind of melting pot of thing going on there that they really, do they listen to American bands? Or
yes.
They do? Okay.
Yes, very much so. And country music is big there. Blues is big there.
Country music is big there, huh?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed.
Bluegrass.
Huh? Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And blues, there's a big blues thing happening there.
Yeah.
I think this guy, what's his name? I can't say. What's his name? Jorma Corcoran, whatever, from Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, I know who you mean. I'm at a loss of how to pronounce it. I can't even say your name.
Right. Well, he was just recently there, and the nice part about being in Israel was that when these people came to visit Israel, when they come to visit Israel, we get to play with them because they're seeking us out. They want to know what's going on in Israel, and we're the scene.
Yeah, yeah.
So I played with a lot of, I got to, really sort of hang out with some really good people, and including Stan Getz when he was still around.
Okay,
I also played in an all-women's band, And we were the number one leading all-women's band in Israel, which was pretty exciting. We produced, they've produced, I think, also about 10 albums by now, but I've produced at least one for sure, and I played on a few others while I was still there with them. And there's just some incredible stuff going on musically. I encourage everybody to visit Israel if you're into music. Go there. You will not believe what you hear.
Wow, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Is there I don't know if there's even an answer to this question, but for someone who's curious to learn about the scene there musically but can't go there, are there any kind of resources online that you're aware of that are really good to at least get an idea of the music that comes out of that?
Yeah, there are. If you're interested in the folk music scene, then you should Google Jacob's Ladder Folk Festival.
Okay.
I think it's JL something, I don't know, whatever. I don't know the URL offhand, but Jacob's Ladder Folk Festival. There is Tzora, Tzora. That's a kibbutz that has a nice website of all the people that have come and the folk music. You could just Google Israeli music and you'll come up with all sorts of people.
Yeah.
Well, some of my favorites are Rami Kleinstein, David Broza, a group called Sheva, a group called Diwan, which is sort of bringing back ancient piyutim, ancient Hebrew poetry, Persian poetry, and combining it sort of an east-west kind of sound, where you've got Arabic sounds combining with the Western kind of mix, and it's a fusion, very beautiful music. Those are some of my favorites, but I have an unusual taste, but there's Idan Rahel project, which he tours a lot here in America. So if you see any advertisements for Israelis coming on tour, you should definitely go see them.
Yeah. Wow.
And I love Shlomo Bar. He is a Moroccan. He was the original fusion band. He had an Indian from India violin player with a American who was playing banjo and classical guitar, with some tablas players and all sorts of. There's just so many combinations.
Yeah.
But those are some of my favorites. If you caught any of those, but. I don't know the one central place that you could go, but I would Google Israeli music. You go on YouTube and try Israeli music and just click around and see what you like.
Yeah.
There's some outstanding jazz musicians. Oh my God.
No kidding.
Yeah. Unbelievable. There's a group called RNL, the letters R. I think it's RNL.
Okay.
They've got a YouTube clip up that's just phenomenal.
Yeah. So was it hard to come back? Because you were there for 22 years, you said?
22 years, yeah. It was. I didn't think that I would have a hard time coming back, but it was difficult.
Yeah. It
took about 2 years to sort of get my language back.
Really? Yeah.
Because, I'm bilingual now with Hebrew and English, and it's surprising how much the other language sort of filters into your own language and you don't even know it. And sometimes I would try and say something and then would get stuck and couldn't even open my mouth because I didn't know the word.
Yeah.
So it took my children and I about 2 years to reacclimate and just to speak.
Yeah.
And of course the cultural things that I had acquired, I could say some rudeness, or people would call it rudeness, but aggressive outspokenness.
Sure.
I wasn't PC. Definitely not very diplomatic. Very in your face.
Yeah.
Some people called me a straight shooter. Those are sort of. Israelis are very, very right up front with you.
Really?
They're not hiding anything.
Yeah.
And some of that I had to sort of filter out of me or put aside for the time being. And
no kidding.
in order to be a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
Be a little bit more accepted. So it was a difficult.
You must miss the scene there, though. It sounds like you were very heavily steeped in it.
I was. Most of my life was music making, and I was involved in children's theater as well.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a day go by that I wasn't playing music or performing music. So I miss it very much. It's not that believe it or not, it's not that available here.
Yeah, definitely different here. It sounds like, yeah. Well, let's play another track from the stuff that you brought, because you have a quite like a. Noted before, you have 10 albums of original material. So, what do you want to play next?
I think let's go with the Hebrew.
Okay.
I've got a Hebrew cut here called "Whisper by the Sea."
Okay.
And it was actually one of the first songs that I ever wrote in 1981, I think.
Wow.
And surprisingly, I hardly knew Hebrew at the time, but it came out in Hebrew almost perfect.
Wow.
I had someone just, check my Hebrew, and it was very minor tweaks to it. And so it's, I think the cut that I have here is sung only in Hebrew. It took me a very long time to come up with a translation, because Hebrew is so... Hebrew is understood on many different levels, so it's not like... Unlike the Israelis, who are straightforward, Hebrew can be understood in many different interpretations. So in order to get the proper translation of the song, it took me quite a while.
Really?
Now I sing it in both Hebrew and English.
Oh, wow.
But I think, so the gist of this is that you're by the sea. It's sort of a lonely, kind of funny. A person goes out to the sea, standing by the shore, thinking that there's some mystical secrets that the sea can, if they stand by the sea, that they're going to get some kind of inspiration.
Right.
And essentially what happens in the song is that they go out to the sea, stare at the sea, hoping that there'll be some inspiration, but in the end just turn away and kind of walk away. And the last line being, while the sea sort of gathers her treasures and while you depart. So,
yeah.
And sadly, enough, this did happen to me recently last year. I was in a mood, and I thought, I'm going to go over to Portsmouth, by the sea there. I drove along that beautiful stretch with the beautiful homes there, along, going down from Portsmouth down to Hampton.
Yeah.
And down Route 1. And I was thinking, I'll be by the sea. I'll be inspired. I'll be able to get rid of all my bad mood and everything. And nothing happened. I was like, man, this is my song. I'm living my song. It's terrible. But there it is.
That's interesting, though, because I think that's a very relatable experience. I think that happens to a lot of people. I think there's something very universal about that, where, I'll go do this and I'll feel better, or I'll be inspired, or I'll find the answers to whatever it is, and then you go and do whatever it is that you think is going to help you with that, and then nothing happens.
Right.
I think we all experience that at some point or another. So,
as Winnie the Pooh says, I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Right. So, Whisper by the Sea, you said?
Whisper by the Sea.
All right. So this is Whisper by the Sea from Rahel here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
בגלים של הים ואתה אתה בודד אתה חושב מחשבות של היום רוצה לברוח עם שלוותו של הים הגדולה נוסעת לפישה שאתה לא שומע כאן בים
Local Outbreak, sponsored by Central NH Events here on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here with Rahel. And it's been a very interesting conversation tonight. And let me ask you this. Where do we find you online for people who want to keep up with what you're doing and where you're playing and if you've got another 10 albums you're putting out or whatever?
Well, truth be told, I've got at least, as many websites as I do albums because, but I guess I have one catch-all website that people could go to, which is rahelmusic.net. That's RAHEL music.net. Okay. And that one probably can lead you to a bunch of others. There's acousticbreezes.weebly.net. There's vintagegoldmuse.net. There's some kids sites, Your Child Needs Music.com, I think it is. And I don't know. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah. No, that's great, though, because you have a strong web presence and you've got, a lot. It sounds like you've got a lot there that's accessible. There's nothing worse than when we get to the point in this show and I say to my guests, where do we find you online? And they're like, we have a Facebook page. It's not really done. And that does happen.
I wouldn't lead people to my Facebook page. I steer away from that.
Really, yeah?
Yeah. But, the other ones. Also, I have a musicpractitioner.com. It covers my therapeutic music and Tikkun, Tikkun. Yeah. Tikkun Rahel. That's TIKKUNRAHEL.com, which covers my therapeutic and music for comfort and relaxation, meditative music.
Very nice.
And Reverb Nation, of course.
Yeah, you got to be on there. Yeah, that's an important one. Your Reverb Nation, if you go to just reverbnation.com/Rahel, or is there more?
That's a good question. I think right now it's reverbnation.com/acoustic-breezes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called right now. Okay. We evolve.
Yes, exactly.
Musicians evolve, and then you have to sort of change with it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. And,
you're welcome.
This has been great. We're going to play one more track in a moment. I do want to remind everybody, of course, the show is sponsored by CentralNHEvents.com. If you need a DJ for your event, please go to CentralNHEvents.com. Mr. Tim Martin, very instrumental in helping make this show possible, and he does a phenomenal job. So if you need a DJ for your shindig, you definitely want to give Tim a call, and you can find him online, CentralNHEvents.com. Also, IPMNation.com/local outbreak, where all our shows are archived. So you can go there, and you can download and stream all the shows there, keep them forever and ever. And once they're there, they never leave. Every single episode is archived there, except episode 1, but we don't care about that one. That was a long time ago. That was before I was the host. I don't care. Do you care?
Oh, no, definitely
no, you
not.
don't care.
No.
So
we only care about you, Matt.
Exactly. Thank you. That's always nice to hear.
That's right.
And Rahel,
especially since I appear on your show.
Exactly, yes. And give us your website once again, that centralized one.
The catch-all one would be RAHELmusic.net.
All right, very good.
There's also a .com. Either one, I guess, we'll get you there.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll play one more track to wrap up the show. What do you want to play?
Sure. I guess this is kind of one of my signature songs. It's in the contemporary folk category. It's also just want to remind you that I do the therapeutic music, playing for the ill and the dying, and also for comfort and relaxation, yoga studios, things like that. Any kind of clinics, that kind of thing, meditative. So I guess this can sort of be in that category. I am working on some compositions with flute which will hopefully be out at some point too.
Cool.
But this is called, what's it called? Where I'm Bound, which, not to be confused with Tom Paxton's, I don't even remember. What's the name of his song? Anyway, it's a similar thing, but This is Where I'm Bound.
Okay.
So, and I thank you, Matt.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much for coming in. All right, so this is Where I'm Bound from Rahel here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
I am not afraid when life turns me around. I am not afraid. I am not afraid of the sight and the sound. I am not afraid. I embrace a heavenly face, a simple smile, almighty grace. I forgive, I want to live, I can love. Lord, I can give, and I can't help but go to where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Traveling on to where I'm bound, where I'm bound. I am not alone in the circle of life. I am not alone. I am not alone in my struggle and my strife. I am not alone. I embrace a heavenly face, a simple smile, almighty grace. I forgive, I want to live, I can love. Lord, I can give, and I can't help but go to where I'm bound, where I'm bound. Traveling on to where I'm bound, where I'm bound, where I'm bound, where I'm bound, where I'm bound.
The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's hosted and engineered by Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com. It's edited and produced by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For details about the Planet's Local Outbreak, log on to WPNHFM.com for artist links, as well as the link for IPMNation.com/local outbreak, where you can check out previously aired episodes anytime and all the time of 100.1 The Planet's Local Outbreak. The Planet's Local Outbreak is brought to us by Labatt Blue. Good stuff awaits. Heat, Route 3 Weirs Beach, and CentralNHEvents.com. The Planet's Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com is a product of 100.1 The Planet. Locally owned and independently operated with Northeast Communications here in central New Hampshire.
IPMNation.com.